Welcome everybody to the first session of construction estimating. This is just a short introduction video to tell you what we're going to do in the next couple of weeks. In term 2, this is the first time that we run this program or this course, and you guys are going to be the first students to run through the process. Alright, so let's just have a look at what we can expect from the course. I would like to see a lot of interaction from all of the students. We only have a few students, so it's going to be difficult to get everybody aligned and sort of online at the same time. What I'll do in the meantime is I'll record these weekly sessions. I'll put them on the website for you, and you can review them at your own pace and at your own time. You're also welcome to join me for our weekly online session Tuesday evenings at 7:30. Right, so that's 19:30 in the evenings. Right, so these lectures will also be recorded, and of course you're welcome during those sessions to ask any kind of questions while we're in the class, basically, and that will make your life hopefully a lot easier. I will also try to, on a weekly basis or so, post interesting articles that I come across onto the news forum. And similarly, if you guys have anything that you can share with us, please do post it onto the news forum or even the general forum. Right, it's just interesting so that we can get some conversation or dialogue going. Alright, so the topics that we'll cover in the next 12 weeks, remember this is a short 12 weeks, somewhere in the middle there's a little bit of a holiday. The first assessment item is due during the holiday, so make sure that you've got that covered and well planned for. Alright, it's due on the weekends. We'll look at the dates just now. The topics that we'll cover is the overview of the industry, just a short introduction to the construction industry, what it's all about. We're going to look at the primary and secondary methods for estimates and how do we develop those, and of course how it's used in the industry. We're also going to have a look at the building life cycle costs. Alright, so you might have encountered building life cycle costs in a different course before. So what we're going to do is just look at the principles behind it. You know, if we have a shopping center, for instance, what's the implications if we use carpets instead of tiles on the high density areas or the high traffic areas. Right, we're also going to look at the different role players and the function of these role players in the estimate or estimating function in a business, especially the construction industry. But remember, we're not the only guys that do estimating, so you might find yourself 10 years from now in a different industry doing estimation for their activities. Alright, we're also going to look at where to find the information, how do we collect it, how do we get it all together so that we can actually come up with a formal bid, alright, or a tender for a specific project. Labor is really expensive in Australia, so we're going to look at how to price that. We also look at plant and material. Interestingly enough, what you can do in the meantime is have a look at what something like the carbon tax or the ETS will do to the price of a normal house. Right, so we've got all the different components. See if you can come up with a percentage. Right, and we'll discuss that in the forums. Alright, the bill of quantities, we'll have a look at those. What goes into a bill of quantities? What is it used for? The provisional amounts that we've got there. The quantities that's provisional. Who's responsible for mistakes? Who's responsible for remeasure at the end of the day? And of course, really important there is when we look at a bill of quantities is what type of contract vehicle do we have that runs with the bill of quantities. Alright, so also the next item there, the reports to management, that comes from estimation. The term that we're going to have a look at is black hat. This is where everybody sits around a table and say, well, we agree with this bid, or no, we don't think that it's well thought out. We'll also look at the different tendering strategies, open, invited, and the methodologies, and the roles, responsibilities, and risks associated with each of those. Alright, during our interactive sessions on Tuesday evenings, you're welcome to challenge. Alright, put up your hand, say, I don't agree with that, and we'll discuss it and see what your experience brings to the table at the end of the day. We're all here to learn, in many instances I'll learn a lot from you, you'll learn a lot from me, and hopefully at the end of the day when you write that examination in October you'll be fine. Alright, the post-tender activities. What happens, imagine you're a small dog chasing after a car and now you've caught the car. Alright, so what do you do with it? Alright, so we've placed the bid, we've won the bid, and now we have to start doing the work. How do we go through that process? Also, the other side of the coin, we've not been successful and we need to reevaluate our strategy. Alright, and then tendering in different markets, overseas, international markets, really interesting stuff that we're going to touch on. Alright, important dates that we have to look out for: census date. If you find that you've overloaded yourself during the term and you need to drop a course, you have to do it before then to not face any penalties financially or academically. Alright, you also have until the 26th of July to enroll in a course if you have not done yet. Alright, the first assignment due in about 6 weeks, the 15th of August. Make sure that you are well aware of those dates. Some of these dates are on weekends and Sunday nights. Alright, so that gives you the whole of the weekend to put the final touches onto your assignment. Assignment number 2 will be released in week number 3, just around the corner, and the examination date has not yet been set. Alright, but it will be in the week 6th to 14th of October, so make sure that you don't have any holiday plans for that date. Make sure that you are around, and we'll post out the examination arrangements onto the website as soon as we have them from the university. Alright, so the admin that sits behind the assignments, everything is going to be electronic. You don't have to post anything to me, and then of course I accept any type of format that you have: Open Office, Microsoft Office, or PDF. Alright, I prefer if you can submit your assignments in one file. Alright, you'll see that the system will only allow one file, so just for the ease of marking, that's the reason why I require that. Alright, so extensions of time, not too fond of them, especially in our industry. If you have a bid that has to go in before a certain time and you miss it, you tend to lose the tender. Alright, so this is the same. Make sure that you plan well for that. Late submissions, I'll take 5% per day for each day that you're late. Alternatively, or on the same side of the coin, I'll make you a deal. If you submit on time, I'll have the feedback back to you in 2 weeks. Alright, every day that I'm late, I'll hand back 5%. Alright, so there we go. You late, -5, I'm late, +5. Any kind of questions that you might have related to course material or suggestions, please post it to the forum. If you have anything personal that you don't want to share with other students, you're welcome to email me or telephone me. All my contact details are on the website, so it's easy enough to find. Alright, so I'm looking forward to receiving any kinds of questions from you guys in the next couple of days. I'll be checking the forums every day. So as I say, see you guys next week, Tuesday.